Hey guys, it's Aquila, and it's Halloween! Happy Halloween! This is episode 184 of a Lefty Knitter podcast. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I show you all the crafty stuff I'm doing, and I throw it all together and put out a new episode, or whatever you want to call it, every week. Sorry I have hat hair, and we were out trick-or-treating, and it was raining. Not terrible. Luckily, it was like just misty, so we had a good time. We're in Baltimore, Maryland. Husband, kids, cats, all the things. Excuse my messy office/craft room because I have stuff everywhere. Yep, this is it. And I'm a ding-dong. Ready? I ended the last episode and totally forgot about opening my Halloween advent calendar. So I'm going to show you the 3 days and the full skein. So this is Stars Hollow, Yarn Company, Rebecca, and yeah, so I have 3 more minis and a full skein to go. So 29. Ready? Woo, I am like feeling it tonight. Ooh, look at that one. That's cool. Ghost in a bottle to grant wishes. Rub the bottle 3 times. That's really pretty. All right, that was 29. I don't have, you're on my cranking table with my knitting machine, so I apologize. Day 30. Dang it, I ripped that one too. Ooh, that's really pretty too. Witch essence to grow chin hair. 2 drops mixed with pig's milk. Whoa, look at that sparkle. I'll hold all these together once I open the 3. Day 31, it is Halloween, y'all. 31, this is it. Ooh, boy, all right. Oh, that's a sticker! Cool! Ancient recipe, potions for all afflictions, elixirs, tonics, and magic oils. That's a cool sticker. Spell remover. Very cool. All right, I'll hold these 3 up, and then I'll show you guys. I haven't unwrapped it, so I will show you guys the full skein that you could get. So much fun. So much fun. Look at that. That glitter. Woo, that glitter is great. Okay. Put these back with the bag numbers. Full skein. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's such a good gray. I hope it's showing up and not being blown out. Moon spells. That's beautiful. This is such a good color to go with like all those mini skeins. Now, what do I do with it? I know I said I was gonna maybe make this so faded, but I gotta figure it out. I don't know if that's what I want to do, but I want to. Oh man, I don't know. All right, other than that, I have nothing else to show you. I've been working on John's gloves. I got a little bit of progress on that, but I haven't started anything else. I haven't worked on anything else. And I have some orders that I have to prepare for cranking, and that's why I'm down here. Plus I have the light. That's why. I knew it would be better to be down here. John's putting Hayes to bed. She had a good haul. We did one big like loop in our neighborhood. It's like one big street that kind of connects, and her and her little friend, their bags were full. So it was not too bad of a Halloween haul, considering I think a lot of people just don't do it anymore. I mean, there was plenty of people, obviously, that still did it, but I think there's a lot of people that do like the trunk or treats and they don't trick or treat. There was not a whole lot of people out walking when we were out walking, probably because it was like rainy and drizzly. And I have a cat that wants in my lap desperately, so... She's spoiled rotten. All right, guys. Well, happy Halloween if you celebrate. If you don't, happy October 31st. And I can't believe it's already November tomorrow. Time is just flying by. All right, until the next clip. See you then. Okay, everybody. It is November 3rd. It's Thursday. And I have done some knitting on John's gloves. But I think I'm just going to show you the rest of the acquisitions that we had obtained at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. That wasn't even the last one. Frederick was the last one, but we did a whole separate video for that. I'm wearing a photographer hat. I dyed this yarn, and yeah, it's fun. So first though, I don't know if you guys remember, because I show all the crafts on here, or I like showing crafts. I like showing different things that we're doing. You know, I have a little one, so we do a lot of like kid stuff. And I had found this from Cassie Stevens, who is an art teacher, who is pretty viral on Instagram. So if you don't follow her, you really should. Great stuff. I mean, I have a lot of fun doing things that Hayes brings to me, so we do it together. She showed about taking coffee filters and markers, washable markers, can't be permanent, and you color on them, and then you spray them with a spray bottle, and it makes like a tie-dye, right? So we had some of those, but then Hayes and I were like, let's get at food coloring, and we were dip dyeing them, and then we were like, let's make flowers out of them, and then let's glue them onto something. So that's what we did. These have been sitting for quite some time. We dyed them probably like 2 months ago. So I don't know if I even shared it here on the YouTube channel or if I just showed it like on Instagram stories, but I'm going to show you guys the finished product because I like it. Hayes likes it. John thinks it was pretty cool. Overall, it was a fun project. We went to the thrift after we had made all those coffee filters. We didn't have a full bag. I know you can buy like them at the dollar store. You can get like 100 in a pack or like even 200. You can probably even get more than that. We had a lot of fun and we made all those and we went to the thrift and we bought 2 mirrors. One for my oldest daughter, one for my youngest daughter. And MJ, I don't think you watch this, but this is supposed to be your birthday present, which is now past. And I definitely burnt my fingers quite a few times gluing all of these on, but it was worth it. You can maybe even see them behind me. I'll show you Hayes's first. Hayes's ended up getting a lot of the extras that we had, random colors that we had. I tried to be real cohesive with MJ's because she really likes darker colors. When we were dip dyeing them, we actually bought black food coloring just so we could have black, although it turned out kind of a purple color. So this was a frame, actually. This was a mirror from a vanity. You can tell because it has these knobs here that would have went and you could tilt the mirror. Sorry, you can see yourself. Or, well, not really yourself. You can see where I'm recording, and you can see my cat. The mirror looks a little dirty, but John did say, he was like, oh, the one thing is, like, how do you, like, clean that? Because that'll get dusty. And I was like, we'll figure it out. If we have to, like, softly vacuum it, I don't know. But here's number 1. This is already on Hayes's wall. I'm going to put that back up after we're done. And then Michaela's, or MJ, I usually say MJ, hers is a little more cohesive with colors, and it looks really great. Her mirror is even bigger, and it took a lot of coffee filters. I think we dyed over 200 coffee filters, and it took all of them for both of these to do both. I was running a little low on Hazel's, but we made it work. And I really stuffed MJ's pretty good. And you can kind of see the darker ones with the black tips on them. This was a really fun project, And one of the projects I saw that I really thought I was going to do was you glue them onto like a strip and then you hang them like above your doorway. I was going to take it and hang it at my cubicle at work. Well, we didn't have enough. We could always do more of this. Very cheap project because you're using food coloring, which I know I had on hand other than purple and black. We also bought purple and black we bought it just for this. I think it was just for this. But like you can buy food coloring at a pretty inexpensive price. And then coffee filters, which are also inexpensive. I only paid, the back of this, I think I paid $4 for this mirror at the thrift, and then hot glue. So a very cheap project with, I think, a really pretty aesthetic. So I'm excited to give this to her. We haven't seen her since I finished it. Did I show you guys my ice dyed bag from Carrie from the Creative Obsession? I think I did, but I can't remember. So I'm just going to say thank you again because this was super nice. This was gifted to me. And I think I have stuff in it. I think I did show you guys because it has stuff in it. Stuff and things. It's super cute. Okay, the one purchase, the one other purchase I bought at New York Sheep and Wool, which I did not show you guys, was from Felted Sky. I seen them at Maryland and I didn't go buy it. And now I bought it. So this is a felting kit. It is not a 3D felting kit. It is a 2D felting kit. I guess with like some sort of 3D aspects to it. I'm not sure what you would... Painting with wool. They call it painting with wool. So imagine a pretty picture, but you use wool and it's like a flat, semi-flat picture that you would hang on your wall. So I bought the kit, but then I also needed a pad. I did not opt for the more expensive felting mat. This one is foam. You can buy a wool one. I chose the cheaper one because I don't know if this is something I'm going to like love and stick with. So I went with the cheaper option. Don't remember. I think I ended up paying close to $50, maybe $60 total. And I don't think that's bad because now I have a beginner's guide in the kit. So I didn't want to show you the picture right at first, but I'll show you now. So John loves lavender. If you've been here for a while, you know that he is obsessed with lavender. So I ended up getting, I asked for not super beginner, but not like, they had like portraits of alpacas that you could paint with wool. And I didn't think I was ready for that. So I went with like beginner with a little oomph to it. I don't know. I don't want to say that it's right in the middle either. I've never done this at all. So I may have like outdid myself by buying a kit that might be a little bit harder. Lavender Fields. And their booth is beautiful and they have all the different things shown and so check out their Instagram. I'll make sure that is linked below. But you get linen fabric, embroidery hoop, felting wool, 2 color-coded felting needles. So I'll have stuff that I'll be able to use on other projects if I like this. And I have like wool. So I could always make something up. A beginner's guide to needle felting, detail instruction sheet, and a link to video instructions. So I can take the techniques I learn and then apply them to other things. It does say this kit is intended for adults and kids 10 years who possess good manual dexterity, hand-eye coordination, and ability to work with focus and care because needles are sharp. So you get all the things. And I'll show you all the things I got. So you get the instructions. I'm not going to show you everything there. You get the hoop. You get the background fabric. You get all your little woolies. And then you get your needles, which I haven't even opened these yet. So, oh boy, it doesn't come with all those. It says 2. So I have 2 blue ones. The 38 star, general felting to fabric, use in a tool. So 2 needles. And they're all color coded. So they're all different ones. There's 2 different There's 4 different triangle needles, 2 twisted, and 1 star. I don't know how that, I don't know what they look like different. So, but they all do different things. Efficient general sculpting, fine fibers and small parts, flat painting, starting sculpting and attaching parts. So there's all, this is their coded system though. So I guess if you bought stuff from other places, it might not be the same. So just remember that. But yeah, that's really exciting. And I'm pretty sure you can just buy needles from them too. So if I really did want to do something more, I could do that. So I am excited to do this. I just haven't had time, and I've been like experimenting with other things. All right. Now I gotta put all this away. But I'll talk to you guys next time, and hopefully I'll have a finished glove. 1, not both, but 1. It's Friday, November 4th, and there's a lot of noise outside my house because remember I told you guys about that crazy scary fire? Well, that was July 4th, and they're now getting new siding, which means they can get their electric redone, and that means, yeah, that progress. That's good. So I don't know what the delay was. I don't, not my business. So if you hear noise, it's outside. Aluminum siding. I've been working on that glove for John, and I have 1 done, but not the convertible part, because I want to make the second one. So number 2 is on there. It started, but I have number 1 pretty much done, other than, like I said, the convertible part. I gotta weave in a few ends, but I want to figure out how. See, once you put the convertible part on, it's either a left mitt or a right mitt. Like, you could flip it, but then the convertible part's on the bottom, and that's weird. I left my little yarn, blue yarn in there, so that's what you're seeing there. But yeah, these fit really well on John. They're a little tight on John, but it stretches, it'll stretch. So, and then I can figure out which one looks nicer to put the convertible part. I don't know if it's really gonna matter. And then I'm gonna dye these. Noise. Okay. So remember I said I had something that I was trying that was new? I'm going to show you guys. I can't show you one of the items I made because that's actually going to be a secret. It's a present for someone, so I can't show that because I know they will see this, so I can't show. But I have wanted to try doing hand painting on sock blanks, on yarn blanks. Meaning, I want to take like a paintbrush and dye and paint on sock blanks. Now, I did not want, I was way too afraid. I was way too afraid to go and just dive right in with a sock blank. So I didn't. So I cranked a small tube with some bare yarn and I tested on that. Now, there's not a lot of information, but there is information out there that you can access. Like I know Nicole Frost, the Chemnitz, they've all talked about how to thicken their dye. Now I chose to use sodium alginate. I pre-made my sodium alginate mixture. So I have just a jar of clear gel, which if you keep it cold, not in the, it don't have to be in the freezer, but it's in the basement. if it's cold, it don't get mold and whatever else. So I have it down there. And then I had to experiment, right? So I had to experiment myself because I don't know exactly all the dyes they use either. So I had to figure out how much of the gelatinous mixture to mix with dye. You do not need a lot of dye, like minuscule amounts of powder. So I was mixing my powder straight into the gel and then keeping that consistency because I liked it. It wasn't super thick, but it wasn't like thin and drippy. It's hard to explain any of this really. So at that point when I added my color, depending on what I was doing, now I have done the other blank and that's where I was experimenting more with this, is I would add more water to thin it out so I could spread the dye a little further if I was just coloring in like a space. I also was using really nice paintbrushes that I have, and I was using foam sponge brushes. So I had a bunch of different techniques happening at the same time. Or I would thicken up my gel, or I would add more dye to make it bright darker, so more saturated, or I could thin it out by adding, you know, the liquid. Cat. Psst. Tuna, what are you doing? She wants in my lap so bad. When I'm home, that's it. It's lap time. Okay, so this was an experiment, so you have to apologize because I was kind of going really dainty with my drawings and they weren't so great. And of course I was learning. So I'm going to show you my experimented on the sock tube blank. It's supposed to be like vintagey looking Christmas ornaments and I kind of went with vintagey colors. And I know it's not like fantastic or super works of art. So I first did all the little drawings, like I was trying to just do circles or dots, more circles. Then I did this guy. And then I was like, oh, let's do some of these. This was all without this color in the background. So I later added all the color in the background. I did this and I had that. The other thing was, okay, back it up, reverse, beep, beep, beep. I soaked my tube, I soaked the sock blank in citric acid water, probably a higher amount of citric acid because I kind of want this to strike really fast. You squeeze it out, and these are some of the tips I did learn from some of the people I've watched. You squeeze out as a lot of water because you do not want this to be like saturated wet, because if you do, then the dye just spreads. And that can be a problem if you're trying to get fine details. So I then used a sponge brush and I played with how adding color to a background would look. And then I just kind of like splotched some stuff on the back, just messing around. I didn't do the whole back, and I don't know, I'll probably end up ripping this out. It's a bunch of scraps of bare yarn that I had, and just using it like in my crochet blanket or something. Totally okay with that. But this was an experiment, and I will video the other blank. I just cannot show it until after Christmas. Yeah. So stay tuned for that in many episodes to come, because that won't be anytime soon, but I do want to show that on my channel because I am extremely happy. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I really hope the recipient likes it too. But long story short, you know, this has been fun. I don't know where it's going, but I would like to possibly have them in the shop at some point. What do you think about that? I know there aren't a ton of people that are selling sock blanks anymore like that, like with more detail-y stuff. I know Yarn Over New York has stuff. I think Nicole Frost still does things. Gail's Art doesn't do it anymore. And then I don't see a lot that are doing like that kind of work on blanks. It's more they're dyeing sock blanks just with powder and dyes and some sort of hand painting type technique. I don't know. They're not gonna be inexpensive to get the cost back. They wouldn't be like super, they're not going to be like, here's a skein of yarn, you know. I can't do that. So I don't know. It's fun. And now I'm in the I'm searching. I went on Facebook Marketplace to get some glass jars, which I might just have to end up buying on Amazon. I found a seller on Amazon that has like a decent amount for a small amount of money. I want smaller jars, like 1.5 to 2 ounce jars, like baby food jars. And there was somebody on the Facebook Marketplace, and I've never had good luck with that, like ever. I don't know if you guys ever have tried it, but anytime I put stuff up there to sell, it's always a bunch of people that are like, oh yeah, is this still available? And then they live in like Africa or like, you know, Canada. And I'm like, yeah, this is pickup only because it's a bicycle. And I know it's like a lot of bots. It's a lot of just trolley body junk that's coming through. So I really thought I was having conversations with this person, and then they were like, oh, I sold it. And I'm like, really? I was coming like the next day. But cool. Like, so just all around, I've just not had good experiences on that platform. Also, I think I'm going to be taking down my listings on Etsy for the cranking that is the extra stuff. So if it has the rib or the heels, I'm going to be taking that down, at least through the holidays. I just can't afford to have a bunch of orders where it's all the extra stuff other than just the straight tubes. It's a lot of work, and I have other things that I need to do just in general for the holidays. I'm already, you know, stressed a little of what this season is gonna look like. Everybody liked seeing Luna last time. She's a good kitty, right? You're a good kitty. You're such a good kitty. She takes a lot of crap, let me just say. All right, so that's what I have to show you. I think I'm gonna go to a friend's house and we're gonna have a craft night tonight while the girls play, and that's gonna be amazing. And maybe there'll be some footage. We'll see. I felt really weird talking about this and then talking about selling them because I just don't know what's in our cards for doing that. So I apologize if I was even more awkward and not as... I should feel like I'm like super excited because it was fun. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how people are gonna feel about it. I don't know. I don't ever want... yeah, I don't know. All right. Bye. I am sweating, y'all. It is hot today. It's like 75 degrees here. I just put away all these groceries. My makeup is probably a hot mess and my face is red. But we're gonna finish this video up because it's Saturday and it is November 5th. I have started swatching for my next sweater. I bought this yarn a while ago with intentions to make a different sweater, but I think I've changed my mind. I don't feel like doing an all over textured sweater, so I'm not going to. I have also had in my queue the Autumn League pullover, which I know quite a few people have made. Sweet Pea and Chickadee, I definitely was conversing and was like, what do you think of that sweater? Because, you know, sometimes you just need to have other opinions. So this is the Scout yarn I bought at Flying Fibers, which is in Pennsylvania. This is by Kelborn Woolens. I got this for $16 a skein. I think that's pretty darn good for like a DK weight skein of yarn. I bought 5, and I bought the colorway Sunflower Heather. Now, I am swatching on a size 7 because that's what it said to swatch on. I haven't measured it yet, so I'm not even sure if I'm close to gauge. There we go. And I'm using my carbons. I love these needles, but see how it's pretty see-through. I think I'm going to go down to a 6 and do another so many rounds to see how much different that looks. So I know it won't be see-through once it's on your body, but I don't know. Man, I am like, whew. Sorry, I'm super red. Can't be sorry for that. That's just how life is. We went to the Monster of a Show today, which is hosted, I believe Clay Monster Pottery is the person who organizes all of this. And it's all vendors, all makers that do monster themed things. So Companion Fiber was there. We took Hazel's Candy, that's the doll's name. We took that and we showed the lady that created the kits, and that was really cool. I got a picture of her. I already posted that on Instagram, so you can check that out there. I didn't take any video. I only took a picture of the video of the sign and then the building. And then I felt weird about videoing because I don't know. The works of art were really, like, specific. You want to come in and... I don't know what you got. You got one thing, right? Well, yeah, but... You got this, right?
I got something better than all this. I got you.
Oh my god. I can't show this because this is a gift, but I can show this because I purchased this for us. I was going to buy another mug, and then I was like, our mug cabinet is very full.
I'll put that down.
Very, very full. So I decided to get something different this time from Clay Monster, and I got a spoon rest. Isn't he adorable? I love him. He's so cute.
It's pretty cute.
Pretty cute. And our stove is black, and our kitchen countertops are black marble flecked with like white and orange. So Hazel picked the horns versus there was only 2 left in black, and he had horns, the other one had ears. So we got this one. So do you want to show next? I bought Hazel Where the Wild Things Are book because there was a local bookstore, and I had never bought that for her. She read the whole book in the truck on the way home all by herself and improvised and made like character voices. It was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Are you?
Now our cat is sleeping on it.
True. Oh, that bookstore was called Snug Books. So there you go. Hazel got other stuff too. She got a backpack, a pocketbook, and she got... No, that's what she got. That's in the other room. Yeah. I'm not going to go get it. Go ahead.
I was trying to get over to Clay Monster, and the line went all the way to the back of the building. And I was like, I've seen her enough. I'll see her again.
We will. Which is cool, you know.
I'm glad that she was crushing it.
Oh God, crushing it.
They were crushing it.
She showed pictures on her Instagram of all the shelves full, and by the time we left at like 12, because it was like 10 to 4, and we got there a little later.
There were like maybe a quarter
maybe
left.
A quarter left, maybe a third. It was, a lot was gone. Yeah. A lot was gone. But go ahead. Do you know the name of them?
But as I was trying to get over there, I was going to wait in the line, and I was like, But I got to the back of the, at the back of the line was another girl, and I sadly don't remember her name.
I'd look it up on my phone. She didn't give me
any kind of card or nothing. But
might be on the bottom.
Wonky Bear? Maybe.
I don't know if that's it or not.
I bought. It's an ashtray. I don't know what I need another ashtray for, but it's got teeth. It's got teethers.
It's pretty cool.
And it's an ashtray. And it's got gap teeth. But, like, we've got those little scenty matches. Maybe we can do something with that. And then she had a funny sticker that said, Mary Iguana.
Marijuana.
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 And it's a iguana, and I thought that was funny. Not that I would partake in the devil's lettuce, though, but I would partake in any puns.
That's the monster bag.
Your
Okay,
monster bag.
so I went to Stubborn Rainbows, and I bought... Oh, that's not this. Hold on. Stubborn Rainbows was all felted, hand 3D felted stuff, and I bought a Hun. If you don't know, there's a thing in Baltimore about Huns, and they're big. Oh, my flamingo came off. Oh,
The Baltimore Hun is an iconic person that evolved from not just, I mean, it's kind of over-exaggerated about the Baltimore ladies.
The big hair.
John Waters, if you've ever heard of him, made them pretty much iconic. But the big beehive dues, we have like a thing called Hunfest here, which is everybody puts up their best beehive and dresses up and
in their moo-moos and their...
with the glasses.
Oh my
and
god,
all that good
it's
stuff.
great.
So
yeah, so I got a Hun with a cigarette. It's awesome. I love it so much. That was that. And then the other one was Kelsey Wales. This is gonna, I think, be a gift at some point, a giveaway, because it's got sheep. It's like printed somehow. Like, I don't know.
what is its function?
It's a little paper journal. It's a little book. Oh. And then this is actually...
Well, before you show the next thing,
oh,
I was able to get the greatest thing at the entire festival before it went away. What are you showing me?
I think this is...
That wasn't in my box.
No. Okay, then never mind.
Mama's chili
Oh.
was incredible. It was really, really good. So
Kat is the owner of Clay Monster
Yes.
Pottery, and her mom was providing food.
She loves the Baltimore Orioles. Whenever we see each other, we talk about the Orioles. And her mom said that she like plans out the menu for this thing like all year or whatever. But she had chili, and it was sweet chili. Never had sweet chili.
It was good.
About to try to make sweet chili in about 15 minutes.
Which really, it sounds like the only difference
This is where
is
I need to go.
putting brown sugar in your chili.
Sometimes it's the simplest
The
things.
simplest things. All right, so...
But it was killer.
Yeah.
So, with that, before my wife starts talking again, I'm going to say toodaloo to you.
Oh boy. All right. Kelsey Wales. I also bought this little journal. It's like more for your purse or pocketbook. And I also bought myself a little journal. Isn't that cute? So cute. I can't even show, can I? Well, I can show one of the two. I bought one for myself. She made all these charms. I don't know what they're made of. They're super lightweight. It's really crazy. But I forget what those things are called. Like those, they're like prehistoric. But it's got a little hook. I'm just going to put a hook on it and make it a charm. The other charm is also another gift for my Secret Santa. So that's got to go over there. Then, oh, and I did buy one more thing. That's what that other card was for the pottery place that I was trying to show. Pink Kiss Pottery. And this is going to be a gift also for someone. But I'm going to show it because I'm not quite sure they watch this. So... it's wrapped up really, really nice. It's actually another spoon rest, but it's really pretty. And it's got like the curved part with the spoon. So there we go. All right. I know this is now going to be a long video because we talked for 10 minutes and I talked earlier for a lot. And yeah, so other than that, I can't even think of the books that I've been reading. I've been listening, I should say, to a book, and it's all about redlining, and it's mostly talks about Baltimore and how segregation had started by not allowing people to move in on the same block if you weren't the same color, and you couldn't sell property if it was a white person to any other color unless they were white. And then it was terrible. And when it's just so much. Not in my neighborhood is what it's called. Not in my neighborhood. And it's a lot to take in, and it hits close to home because I know all the names they're talking about. So if you want to read something about that, I had people already say, I've read that, it's great. I haven't read that, it sounds like it's something I want to read, so if it sounds like something you would like to read, I definitely recommend it. And then the other thing I've been doing is I waited a few episodes for You're Gonna Die Out There podcast to have a couple in a row, so I could binge listen to a couple, and I've been listening to those in between. So yeah, other than that, I need to try to cool myself down. All right, very loud kid. Blech. But yeah, all right, talk to you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself and the ones around you that you can take care of. And I always say that weird, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right, knit happy, y'all.